Good morning, Texas. I'm Chelsea Moreno.
And I'm Rachel Melanson. Thank you for joining us for our first show of the fall 2016 semester. How is your school semester going so far, Chelsea?
Oh my goodness, it is already, stress level is like super skyrocketed right now. I can't believe we're already in like, what is it, the third week? Fourth week?
It's like the fourth week and I'm already a little bit sick because I'm stressed with school, but I'm getting over it.
Well, that's good. That's good. Keeping with it. Staying with it.
And also some exciting things are happening. Like last Friday, students gathered at the AT&T Conference Center to listen to a conversation with Kevin Durant, former Longhorn and NFL coach. Darren Roberts mediated the conversation with current NBA star Kevin Durant about what's going on in his career. Our reporter Kylie Badgley has the story.
Hi, we're here at the AT&T Conference Center where former Longhorn and current NBA player Kevin Durant is speaking to students about his career, his move to the Golden State Warriors, and his time at the Summer Olympics.
Kevin Durant, you said yesterday that when you have great people behind you, you can accomplish anything. You've got great people behind you.
Durant returns. A conversation with Kevin Durant was mediated by former NFL coach and Longhorn Darren Roberts.
Kevin is known as a man who's really done well with his finances and someone who's also looking beyond the game and trying to impact the world in a very meaningful way.
During the event, Durant talked about his move to the Golden State Warriors, his experience representing the USA in the Summer Olympics, and his time here on the 40 acres.
It was a tremendous time in my life, and I'm grateful for this community.
Durant took questions from abroad via Skype and a few from the audience. He even made one small fan's day by signing his ball on stage. The Texas Spurs and Texas Cowboys gave Durant a pair of personalized spurs and chaps. The event ended in typical Longhorn fashion with the eyes of Texas. And of course, the audience swarmed Durant for autographs on his way out of the room.
Yeah, so, I think KD mentioned that he was just so proud to be a Longhorn. He was mentioning how he loved walking from DKR across campus. So it's really great to know that he has so much pride in campus, even though he only came here for 1 year.
I know, but one thing I wish is that 1 year was when I was here.
Oh, I know, don't we all? Well, anyways, some of you may be feeling overwhelmed and stressed with the rise of the new school semester. If that's you, working out with Orangetheory Fitness for stress relief might be something you might need. Rachel Melanson and Julia Fife learned how one UT student reduces stress while also working up a sweat.
With school starting and tests just around the corner, we're all looking for a way to relieve stress. The best way to do that? Exercise.
And Orangetheory Fitness is the perfect place to get in that workout. They'll be opening up a new location at the Triangle, 5 minutes from campus.
Looking like some Olympic swimmers back here. Are we related to Michael Phelps?
My name is Elise Newsom. I'm a coach here at Orangetheory Fitness. So I basically help people get through an hour-long workout that is monitored by wearing a heart rate monitor. Orangetheory Fitness comes from our heart rate interval training that we do in here. We work through 5 heart rate zones. Mainly we focus on spending 12 to 20 minutes in the orange zone. So that's where Orangetheory comes from. We'll work through about 3 zones during class, aiming for 12 to 20 minutes in that orange zone throughout an hour-long class.
My name is Hannah Tula. I started Orangetheory before spring break this last year, so probably in January, February. I struggled, to trying to find a workout class that I could go to. So then I came here, tried it, really enjoyed it, and I felt like I got, with the rowing and then the weights and the treadmill, I got pretty much everything that I wanted to out of it. It's helped me because it's something that I make sure that I do every single day. And so say it's a hard week and it might be where I have to study so much, but it's like I can then take this every single day to get my hour just to myself. There's a lot of people in here that, they're working and everything, and I feel like it's the same thing, that we're all we can get our it's kind of like our stress reliever. And so I can sit up here and be running on the treadmill and just like the school's gone, like it's not there. So as a UT student, I think everyone that goes to UT would agree that it's hard. We have our times where we just, you want to lay in bed all day and not think about school, but then you're laying in bed and that's pretty much all you have to think about. And so I make it a point to come here, and even if, say, like I do have a test that day where I need to wake up in the morning and study all day for it, I will come after that test, because then everything flies out the window. And then sometimes I'll start my day off early, even if, like, say my test is at 9, I'll come to the 6 a.m. class and get this out of the way, because then it wakes me up, I feel good. And so I think, like, overall of course there's always excuses of why not to come, but I can tell myself all those excuses, but then it's always so much better once I do come.
I'm Rachel Melanson. I'm Julia Fife. Good morning, Texas.
Well, obviously I was there, but the one thing I regret is that I didn't get to try it out. So I'm so thankful that they have a new one coming to the Triangle, which is super close to where I live. And I'll definitely have to take you there with me, Chelsea.
Yes, I would love to go. I think that's so interesting. Whenever I'm like running on the treadmill or something, I'm like, is this really accurate? Is this really taking my heart rate? Is this really but that would be so cool to like see how it fluctuates throughout
Exactly, because sometimes we're like timid and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, am I gonna have a heart attack? Yeah, I don't know, but we'll see,
Yeah.
Well, let's see what you did. You went to something fun. The work of Cesar Chavez and the supporters pioneered the battle toward advancing the right of farm workers all over the nation, eventually achieving a minimum wage for $1.25 an hour. We went out to see how these workers were celebrated after 50 years.
The fight for better working conditions continued with the 50th anniversary commemoration of the United Farm Workers March, hosted by St. Edward's University.
Back then there was no restrooms in the field, there was no drinking water. Farm workers here in the state of Texas were making 40 cents an hour, and there was so many other abuses that took place in terms of sexual harassment and the exploitation of women and so forth. So it was extremely difficult for farm workers.
The day began with a remembrance mass, followed by a plaque dedication ceremony attended by some of the original members and family of those that marched from the Rio Grande Valley to Austin in 1966.
Mi hijo Romeo tenía 5 años cuando marchó ahí en Rio Grande y ahora le gusta bastante. Anda con las banderas por donde quiera y me dice, te felicito, mamá, porque levantaron esta huelga y yo ahora también voy a marchar.
50 years ago, a radio reporter took photos and interviewed Cesar Chavez, not knowing he would record a major part of Chicano history.
I interviewed him, and by that point I was mesmerized. I had never met anyone like him, and I'm pretty sure I have not ever met anyone like that again. He just had something that you knew was more special than anything you'd ever seen. He was amazing.
Participants felt the anniversary march was a success because it rose awareness about the ongoing issue. Chelsea Moreno, Good Morning, Texas.
Well, when we come back to your top stories and a look at this week's weather forecast.
Keep it here for more Good Morning, Texas.
Welcome back to Good Morning, Texas. In our news and weather studio today, we have our very own Cortland Cole to fill us in with the latest stories.
This school year kicked off with a new campus carry law coming into play with many critiques. Early Sunday morning, the first gun incident following the implementation of campus carry happened at the Sigma Chi House. Police have arrested 18-year-old David McGee and charged him with firing a shot at a security guard at the Sigma Chi House. According to the arrest affidavit, McGee returned to the house after being forcibly removed and shot a security guard in the foot. Police are still looking for the weapon. In more positive news, the University of Texas at Austin is receiving an award for $20 million in research grants to improve deaf education. Researchers in the department are going to use the money awarded to do research on the practices that will result in positive outcomes for those of the deaf community. The goal is to ease these individuals' transition into the workplace. The 2016 Olympics in Rio may have ruled our summer as we watch the Final Five and Usain Bolt make history, but we can't forget about the Paralympics. The USA currently holds 21 gold medals and 61 total. A unique addition to this year's games is the changing of the medals. The Paralympics added a feature to the medals that enables them to rattle for those who are visually impaired. The different levels hold different sounds, with the gold medal holding 28 silver balls inside, making it the loudest. The sound gets softer from silver to bronze. The medals also all have the 2016 Paralympics in Rio embossed in Braille.
Thanks, Courtland. And you know what? After hearing about the deaf education, you know, how they're going to be getting the $20 million like for research, I'm just excited to hear what that's going to bring. I mean, like, you know, I just feel like we're moving into a generation with no limitations.
Yeah, I completely agree. You know, I've always been interested in sign language. Whenever I would like go to church, see the little person doing their little signs, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so interesting. Like, I even considered minoring in it. So it's really, really interesting. We'll see what they have to do.
Yeah.
So what's happening in the weather this week, Courtland?
Well, those bright and sunny skies we've seen this week will start to fade as we swap our sunglasses for an umbrella. Temperatures are peaking at 92 degrees for the rest of the week as the chance of rain increases. Today we'll see a high of 91 and a low of 74. Thursday we'll reach our peak of 92 with a low of 74. Friday, the chance of rain will increase to 30% with a temperature at a high of 91 and a low of 75. For those of you with outdoor plans this weekend, be sure to grab your umbrella just in case. Saturday will have a 40% chance of showers before increasing on Sunday to a 50% chance.
Thanks, Courtland.
When we come back, we're going to take you on a behind-the-scenes look of what goes on here at Good Morning Texas. Stay tuned. Texas. I'm going to take you behind the scenes of how our team brings this show live to you, starting with a studio. So if you come with me, this is our reporter's desk, anchor's desk, where we both stand. And then this is the teleprompter where we read off of so that we don't mess up during a live newscast. And then this is our in-studio audience where they get to watch what we do. So it's really fun and we have an audience all the time. And then we kind of have our little cord section. I don't touch that. Our in-studio person, Kyle, does that. I don't touch that. I'm scared to touch it, so yeah. And then we've got the editing studio. Not that interesting, just, you know, a bunch of computers everywhere. Then over here, I'm going to take you where all the magic happens. And this is where our show is literally produced. So sound, you've got our executive producers in here, our news director, Brady's on sound over here. And this is where everything happens, everyone. This is where they bring in the shots, they tell us who's gonna introduce, who's gonna speak. Kylie, how is it back here?
It's great. It's pretty hectic. We have Cameron and Vivi running TriCaster. That's where they put all the videos and make sure you guys look great on camera. We have Portland over here. She's working on programming to make sure the commercials go on time. She's working double duty, weather and programming today. And then I'm just communicating back and forth with our floor director, making sure Chelsea and Rachel are doing great.
Yeah, okay, well, as you can see, it's pretty hectic back here, you know, getting all our things together, but it is our job to make sure that the show is running nice and smoothly. We love what we do. As you can see, we're a pretty dedicated group of students getting here at 6 in the morning every Wednesday. So we love it, and we love distributing this to you, all of you. So we have something really exciting coming up as well. Wande Isola will treat us to a performance and tell us how she worked with Kiki Palmer to give back to the homeless. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back to Good Morning Texas. We are here with the wonderful Wande Ishola.
Hello.
We're so glad to have her. Okay, so first off, we hear that you have partnered up with Kiki Palmer.
Yes, I have.
So can you tell me about that?
So basically we partnered up for this thing called Love is the Gag, and Love is the Gag is great because it's an opportunity to show love to others and like encourage others to do the same. So through that campaign we did things like random acts of kindness throughout our community. So in my community here in Austin, I decided to help out the homeless community because I felt like that was something that's really prevalent and like relevant to us, and so I passed out water and socks and like different care packages.
That is so incredible, and for you that don't know, Kiki Palmer is very well known for all of her movies. She's been in Disney Channel, movies outside of that. She's very well known for Jump In. And so how was the experience?
I feel like it was a really great and rewarding experience. Just the opportunity to be able to give back to my community feels great because you get to know the people who live around you, and you get to just feel great knowing that you're helping somebody out.
That is so incredible. Well, Wande is going to perform for us. She's going to perform a poem. So it's a little different than a rap, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you this mic right here. So if you can,
Awesome.
take it away.
All right, cool. Hello, guys. All right. I'm going somewhere farther than I can imagine. Living proof that when you got faith, anything can happen. Yeah, I know you shocked and didn't expect to hear me rapping, but I bet in a few seconds you're gonna really feel like clapping. I started a couple years ago. Didn't even contemplate my raps to be the OJ of this game and make them concentrate. Rapping be so easy peasy, lemon squeezy for me, and I know my flows are sick, but don't get too queasy for me, this unnatural. Actually take the onion, make it super. God is working in me 2 in 1. You could call me goober, bro. Talented, I'm uber, bro. I set that tone remover, bro. And if your sin is blocking you from doing things, to move her, bro. On my school mode, cause I always keep it classy. Like Usain Bolt, ain't nobody finna pass me. Like a Billy Goat, you might think I'm just a kid, but we all God's children, so I'm about to do it big. Look, just look at the promises. Nothing is impossible. Maybe you can't do it, but for me, a minor obstacle. I'm seeing things different. You could say I got new opticals, and man, this life is sweet. Homie, just call it a popsicle. So give me that 116, I'll go brag on my king, bruh. Every day you see me, I'll be rapping for that kingdom. It's crazy. My Lord saved me. I'm born again now like a baby. And even when I sin and fall away, my Lord still take me. And yo, we so good. If I told you, you couldn't fathom. It's like trying to explain how we took atoms and made an atom. His grace is like no other. He forgives, literally. Doesn't hold a grudge and start looking at me all bitterly. His presence all around me like a tree up in the winter. And when I accepted him, he's inside of me now like dinner. I'm a winner. Yeah, he said it. Cause he died in blood, he bled it. And he rose like flowers in 72 hours. He's a king. We're his children. You could say the world is ours. And he never takes me off his time. He's ticking through them hours. My God's incredible. His love is so amazing. I find myself lost up in it. Get it? Amazing. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Wande.
No problem.
That was so great. I mean, this early in the morning, I can barely think. And so to be able to rap, or the way I translate that sometimes is speak super, super fast, but she does it very well. Thank you so, so much for joining us, Wande. Oh, I'll just give you a hug. It was great to have you back on our first show.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
So make sure that you stay tuned with us. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and Facebook. I'm Rachel Melanson.
And I'm Chelsea Moreno.
Good morning, Texas.